Alright, what's going on, everybody? This video we're going to look at Excel and how to do data bars in the conditional formatting section. So data bars, it can be good to look at data bars. It gives you an idea it gives you a picture of what the data looks like. You can think of it as a histogram just turned sideways, or a bar chart, something like that. But let's go ahead and get started and see how to create one. It's really easy to do. All you got to do is highlight it and hit conditional formatting, go to data bars, and you can pick which ones you want to use. They've got the gradient fill, and then they've got the solid colors. Okay. I'm just going to pick this first one here, the gradient fill. You can see the gradient, it starts off dark and it gets lighter as it goes. The solid colors, they're just the same color throughout. So let's pick that, and there it is. Okay, you're done. However, there's more you can do. Okay, so let's look at more options. So let's highlight this. Highlight our data and come up here to data bars and go to more rules. Now you notice here how we've got the numbers. You see that there's the numbers. Now if you want, you can show bar only and hit OK, and the numbers go away. I guess that's one way you could look at it. I kind of like the numbers there. But that's just a matter of preference. And let's go back to data bars and go to more rules. So of course we undid that, so it unchecked it. And here's some things you can do with minimum and maximum values. I'm not going to really go into that, but let's look at this solid fill, okay, or bar appearance. So you can actually change the stuff here. Say we went here to this color, hit OK. You can see you can change the color there after you've created it. All right. So let's undo that and go back. Let's go to data bars, more rules. All right. So next let's look at this part right here below. So this bar direction, okay, it's set to context. You can do the left to right, which that's what it's on now. You see that? And it of course it changed it to solid fill because that's what I had selected right here. Okay, I change this back to gradient, and it would go back. But let's go here to data bars, more rules, and look at this right here. Now I can change this right to left. Okay, right to left, and hit OK, and see it flips the bars over here. So depending on how you want to look at it and everything. And then the next thing you might have noticed here is leave it there, context, this negative value and axis. So here you can change the color of the negative bar fill. So what does that do? Let me show you. So let's suppose we came up here. Let's undo this. Let's suppose we came here and say here we had negative, I don't know, -7. Okay, and let's hit enter, and you see what it does. It puts an axis here, and it highlights to the left, makes the bar to the left to let you know it's a negative value. And that's where it comes in when you go over here to data bars and the more rules. You come over here to this negative value, you can change the color, that kind of stuff, or apply same fill color as positive bars. Okay, And select axis position in cell to change the appearance of bars for negative values. I mean, you can change it however you want. I would just, just leave it here on automatic display. Okay. But yeah, that's what that is. All right. So I think that kind of covers this part. Let's look at the other stuff. Let me undo this, get it back. All right. All right, so format only cells that contain. All right, so this is where you can format the text or the cell or something like that based on a value. So I can see where this would come in handy. You can put, you can choose from any of these, dates, blanks, no blanks, errors, no errors, specific text, dates occurring. Let's just leave it on cell value for right now. And we can put, we can pick any of these. Of course, I'm not going to go through all of them. But, let's suppose we're interested in just inserting numbers. Okay. Say I want to know, I want it to highlight all the numbers that are greater than or equal to, let's say, the number 6. All right. And then we can come up here and we can pick how we want to format that. Okay. So I can make it strike through the letters. We can change the font. We can change the number format. We can change the border. We can do a fill on the cell. Say, the numbers that are greater than or equal to, what was it, 6 I put? Yeah. Let's say I don't really want to deal with those and I want to highlight those. So maybe I want to highlight them in red. And I hit OK, and then I hit OK here. Oh, well, that didn't work, did it? Let's see. How about we try it again? All right, let's go here. So cell values greater than or equal to the number 6. And let's pick format and let's fill right. Hit OK. And then let's hit OK again, and there it was. See, when I did it the first time, I didn't have it. I didn't have the data selected. But yeah, there it is. And I know the ones that are filled the most, the one that's fully filled, it's hard to see it, but you can see that little red border around it. See that? And then, so it highlighted all the ones red that were larger than 6. And, that's going to go for all of it. Depending on what you want it to do, okay, so do you want to highlight it or change the font? What do you want to do? But that's how you do it. Just pick the action you want. Okay. All right. So now let's look. Format only top or bottom rank values. So if I want to do say I want to format the top, and I click this by doing the percentage, okay, the top 10% of the selected range. So that would be 10% there. So let's see what happens. Let's go here and let's tell it to strike through those values, okay? And so let's see what happens there. And there you have it. It did the 20. Okay. Well, if you think 10%, right, of 10 numbers, 10%, that's 1. Let's change it. Let's see what we got here. Let's change this. Let's go to this, and let's do, I don't know. Let's do 30%. And let's do the strike through. Okay. And you can see it did the top 3 values there. Okay. 30%. All right. So, you can see there's a lot of a lot of handy features here. And let's look. And of course, you can change it to the bottom, the top, or whatever you want to do. Okay. Format only values that are above or below the average. So what that'll do is it'll average out those numbers, and you'll get a mean. Okay. So I tell you what, before we do that, let's see what the average is. Equals average of these numbers here, and so that average is 10.1. All right, so let's come over here and select it. Let's go back to conditional formatting, data bars, more rules, and let's go. So I want to format only the cells, and look, there's even more things we can do. We can do above, below, equal, or above. All right, equal or below, so it's equal to the standard deviation, or above, equal to the standard deviation, or below. Or we can do one standard deviation above or below the mean, all the way up to 3 standard deviations above or below the mean. All right, now I don't know if you understand standard deviations, but you can find the standard deviation of a group of data, and then what it will do, say like you find the standard deviation of this data here, and I don't know what it is, but let's just say, for instance, it's 1.2. Okay, let's just say it's 1.2. So let me explain it to you real quick. I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and just find the standard deviation based on a sample. All right, so let's do that, and we will select this right here and hit enter. Oh boy, so the standard deviation is 6.7. So it has quite a big standard deviation. So I mean, if we add that, that's going to be about 16.8. Okay, is one standard deviation above the mean. All right, so if this equals this plus this, that value is one standard deviation above the mean. And then if I do this equals that plus 2 times the standard deviation. Wait a minute. What did I do? Equals 2 times this value. That right there is 2 standard deviations above the mean. See, I added the standard deviation to the mean twice to get this. That's what that means. And then you would do the same thing for below the mean, but except you would just subtract it. All right. So look, being able to use Excel, it's about understanding how to do the problems by hand a little bit also. Okay. You've got to understand that stuff also. So let's get back to that. So hopefully you learned something there about standard deviation. So format values that are let's just do above the average. Okay, so we know the average is 10.1. So let's format these cells. I don't know what can we do. Let's change. How about we do it bold, and it don't look like it's gonna let us. I'm sorry, I'm sitting there off the screen, aren't I? All right, so let's just choose bold. Okay, so it doesn't look like it's gonna let us choose anything else, so we can change the font style. All right, and let's just hit OK and OK. And you see everything above the 10.1 changed to bold. You see that? All right, so let's undo that, and let's go here to data bars, more rules again. The little bar just keeps popping up out of my screen. All right, so that's above and below. And then we can format, if we have duplicate values and the unique values. Okay, So duplicate values, that's the values that repeat. And you can see over here the 5 repeats. Now I know on this one it's easy to see, but if you have a big list of data, it may be harder to catch. So if we come up here, I'll tell you what, on this one, how about we put a border around it? Okay, let's see what that does. All right, let's hit OK and OK. And of course, you're not going to be able to see it because I already have a border around them. So that's probably not a good choice to make, but you get the idea, okay? But that's how that works. All right, so the last thing we have here is the data bars, and you use a formula to determine which cells to format. You can type a formula in here, and if that formula is true, it'll highlight it. I'm not going to get into this one. I don't ever use it, so but yeah, the ones up here, they come in handy. Okay, so I hope this video helped. Check out my other videos. Give me a like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I will see y'all later.